Yo, yo, yo. What's going on, party people? We are back. We are so back. Fix my settings sorted. I look so dull. So incredibly dull. How's everybody doing? Everyone have a good morning? Yay, nay? Why can't I see the chat? What did I do? Here we are. What up, Chronic? Kanzi? What's going on? What is going on? Let's see here. PA is shit. I caught a little bit of a short in the morning or after stream. Took this fella right here. 1 minute breaker. And I honestly closed out a little early. I closed out like near these lows. I wanted to get a little lower, but honestly just didn't want to be a dick for a tick. Because it looks like it could have just bounced off of the 15-minute bullish breaker and continued. It didn't even hit the 15-minute bullish breaker, but so we're up 1-ish R on the day so far. Mitigated the loss and bought a small winner. So we're slight green on the day. But now these PM lunch and PM shorts were fucking nice. I'll be so honest. They were fucking nice. I wasn't at the charts for them. I was eating breakfast and whatnot, but super duper clean. Quick recap. We maintained the SMT at the highs with YM at the daily high. And we also created this AM session high SMT with YM. Created a 5-minute bearish breaker and a 1-minute bearish breaker with that AM high SMT. Typically, if AM expands, lunch will retrace or reverse. And we're seeing that fractal reversal occurring here. And then we actually went on to create the double SMT with NQ sweeping out AM high and then having lunch high SMT with YM and ES. So pretty darn clean. If you ask me, you could have shorted the 1-minute breaker up here, or you could have gotten short here when we formed the SMT. And you would have met your standard deviations. But now, since we are now confirming, we've now confirmed a 50-minute bearish breaker with daily high and AM high SMT and lunch high, tons of SMT at the highs. And we haven't really gone on to create any new SMT at the lows other than this lunch low SMT with YM. So the SMTs are a little bit, all over the place on the lows. However, we also have a 50-minute bullish breaker with this London low SMT. So we're kind of trading in between a bearish breaker and a bullish breaker. And since it's the PM session, I would normally I would be down to just short this 15-minute breaker and target Asia low and then some. But since the PMs have been so lethargic as of late, I'm more or less going to be entertaining the idea for just low time frame continuations inside of this unicorn. So that's probably going to come by way of us trading up into this breaker and OB on NQ and then ES potentially rating the 1300 high as well as YM, get that SMT at the high, and then we get a fractal setup here. So it kind of looks something like this. Create a breaker here, create some SMT at the previous hourly high, and then dump it from there. Just because we don't get a lot of range, right? We don't get a lot of range on these PM sessions anymore. So what up, Dreas? What up, Alex? Lab test. Lab test, lab test. Ooh, can I get your guys' feedback on a potential post that I want to make for Insta? Because I'm kind of um trying to figure out how I want to structure it. It's a very simple post. It's just I want to make sure it's properly clean and as simple and helpful as possible. Okay. And there's some people with more creative brains than me, so I was tinkering with Figma this morning. Fuck's sakes. Keeps doing that. I keep pressing space button on Figma to move stuff around. Let me screenshot and share. Okay, so this is kind of my idea. It's an entry checklist. Okay. It's an entry checklist that I want to have. What's with the lab test messages? Am I missing something? Okay. I'm just making sure I'm making sure I'm not missing anything. You say whatever you need, but okay, so this is kind of what I'm looking for. Okay, okay. As long as I was making sure I'm not that I'm not supposed to be doing something. All right. Okay. Here's the idea. Just entry checklist. This isn't the full thing. This is just the full first three slides. Now, I can have them like this, right? Or I can move these up and have a little snippet of a chart, but I think that might make it too busy. So what I'm thinking is, would you guys rather me make room and have a chart on here and make it look messy and make it look like more busy? Or would you guys want to see just like the entry slides or the entry checklist slides like this and then have a slide dedicated to just charts? So it would be like 6 to 8 slides total. I don't know. I think this looks clean, but I want to make sure that like it makes sense to everybody, you know? Because I know some people are like visual learners, but I also want them to like be able to get to the part where there's the visual portion. Second option being, I can't remember which order they were in. Have the charts on there. Is that what you want? Okay. Okay. I should be able to add the charts on there. It would just be I'll have to bring these up. Oh, more slides with chart 7. Okay, good, good. I did because I really I didn't want to do the charts on there, but I wanted to get your guys' opinion. Okay, so I'll do them like this, and then I'll add the charts and the slides after. It'll be basically like it'll have the same thing, except instead of the highlighted text, it'll just have a chart, and these will be bumped up a little bit. So it'll be good. It'll be like putting it all together, and then it'll show like I'll show a liquidity purge, SMT, and then a breaker, and whatever else. All right, cool. Okay, thanks. Appreciate it. Appreciate you. Okay, so now I want to see us create some sort of fractal breaker, sweep out these highs, dunk it, and continue to drop. Trading into this 15-minute unicorn quite nicely. Just want to see some dadgum SMT. You know what I'm saying? But can definitely play both sides. I can see obviously us working off of this 15-minute unicorn to the upside or using this 15-minute bearish unicorn to the downside, which could honestly be a recipe for trapped order flow. And then we just see chop for the remainder of the session, which would obviously be shitty. But we'll see. A whole week ahead of us to trade. Don't need to be pushing the envelope too much on a Monday. I'm going to be keeping my eye on that previous hourly high. We're sweeping out the highs here, creating our breaker. How's your guys' morning? We're about to get that hourly high S&T with ZES. Got 2 dubs? Shit. Good for you, dude. Went long after PMI. Ah, excellent. Same short as me, then took the longs up. Nice. Nice. No hourly high SMT. You're so close. Just go take it. Just go take it. If this can be the breaker. Ooh. Those projections do look kind of good too. YM or ES, either one. I ain't picky. YM actually makes more sense. Okay, there it is. Now we gotta wait for confirmation. Because looking for that low time frame continuation setup, not just entering off of this. Stop at lunch high. Bro, I don't know what it is. I haven't been yawning. Every time I stream, I yawn like crazy. I don't know what it is. I don't feel tired. Yeah, I'm looking for continuation shorts. We're inside of a 15-minute bearish unicorn. We've got some hourly high SMT now. I'd like to see this gap on the 15-minute in line with this breaker and OB to bring price lower. This 2 p.m. candle, or sorry, 10 a.m. candle was a swing. Now we're retracing, kind of back up into EQ of that. So we're back into premium. Tap premium. Now I want to see us drop lower into these equal lows on the low time frame and potentially get down into standard deviation targets. But yeah, if you're conflicted, Sue, if you can't read it well, then there's no need to push it. There's definitely some conflicting criteria in that we are also trading inside of a 15-minute bullish unicorn, so we could be battling in between the two. So, damn, your name rhymes with hey. That's sick. Yes, sir. It's by design. By design. Yeah, summer PA. It's amazing. It's been so slow, dude. Things have been slow. Just hard to get a one-sided direction. Unlike unlike this was fun. This was so easy to trade. This was okay too. But now it's just tightening and tightening and tightening, and it's just becoming more and more tricky to trade. Yeah, spring was easy. That shit was easy street. Yeah, yeah. This could just continue to fly here too. No confirmation, no trade though. Nice, I got a $6 dividend. Let's go. Let's roll it into Bitcoin. I'm just gonna roll it back into Got that drip going on. Got that drippy. You trade C1, C2 like the other lab guys? I mean, in a way, doesn't everyone really just trade open, low, high, close? That's all it is. It's a digestible logic for trading open, low, high, close and like aligning yourself with the proper directional candles, right? So yeah, I do. I use the term C1, C2. It makes it very easy to talk about. Right? It's a language. Everyone's got their way of applying it though. It's a little different for everyone, but across the board, we're all very similar. I'd say I'd say me and Juno probably trade the most similar. Leo too, but Leo trades a lot of continuations, and I don't fuck with continuations the way he does. Usually I'll be in first, and then he'll get in on the continuation, and then we'll ride together. Me and Alex are similar too, except he just trades lower time frame, so he just has higher frequency, and he trades OBs. So we all have our own little methods. What do you prefer rather than continuation? Well, like the thing is like I trade continuations, but I don't trade continuations. I don't trade continuations like Leo. Like I like to get in at extremes. So, for example, let's go to an actual good day. Go to like Tuesday. Tuesday could work. Or Monday. Monday works. So, for example, no, this one wouldn't work either. Trying to think of a day that Leo and I were both in the same trade. And like how I'll trade continuations versus how Leo trades them. I'm trying to find a continuation trade. Which is tricky because PA has been absolute dookie. I guess you could say just right here. We'll just say, for example, right? So, for example, what did I just do? Take this here. This is a continuation on the 15-minute, right? Let's pretend that it's a solid actual play, right? So I would be trading this continuation. This is a continuation on the 15-minute. And I would just find a breaker, right? So in the low time frame, there would be a breaker here. Like this would be like a 30-second breaker. I would trade that. Leo would trade the retracement into said breaker and the expansion away from. So like, I guess a good example too would be I'm usually taking the breaker, like this one from this morning. Leo would be taking the retracement into the breaker, followed by the closure below. So I would be entering in here. Leo would wait for closure below this OB that trades into that. So he kind of trades the second phase of a market maker model. right? I like to position myself within breakers. Leo will trade internal CISDs. So like draw because there's really not I can't be bothered to spend time looking for an example. So let's say this is the 15-minute chart and we're looking to buy. I'm looking to buy right here. On the low time frame, I'd be looking for my fair value gap, my SMT breaker, all that stuff. And then I would be on the low time frame on the 1 minute. I would take the breaker with a stop at the extreme low. Leo would wait for that to confirm. And then he would trade the retracement into the internal change of state of delivery with a stop where my entry was. That's the difference. We both traded continuations. We just had a different entry mechanism. They're both ICT involved. They're both 100% ICT involved. What just happened? I'm gonna have to log in. Log me out for some reason. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, so we're actually seeing closure below this low would give you your breaker. Trying to roll my R's. Breaker. There we go. Oh my god, my standard deviations aren't fucking working. This magnet tool pisses me off. There we go. Struggling over here. Closure below this low. Confirms your breaker. Yeah, I wouldn't say we're different. We're not very different. We often target the same draws. We use the same concepts. It's just I'm one step earlier. I trade breakers. He trades OBs. So I'm taking low risk buys and low risk sells. He's taking the accumulations and distributions. 63. Let's see where the stop would be. 36 points. See if you get a closure here. Have it not run away on us. Okay. I'm going to enter here. Essentially, if this is an L, it's a break-even day. And I think let's see. 25 minus 480. So I can get 64.5 points. 960.5. $64.5 points to max profit. 896. How do you identify breakers more? I didn't use them before. It's really simple. Swing high, bearish breaker. Swing high, swing low, higher high, lower low, closing below the swing low. That on repeat. Bullish breakers is swing high, swing low, or swing high, lower low, higher high, break above. Just do that on repeat and get reps. And yeah, I have a video on my YouTube. I can just go to Trader Bray on YouTube. And I have a breaker video on there. See if we can get some action here, get some expansion lower. I don't even need the lows. I don't even need 2 standard deviations to hit my max profit. My only concern is that they go and form a 5-minute bearish breaker. Prep that and then go. This will play. This will play just fine. Man, the fills are so bad. Actually starting to annoy me. The fills used to not bother me, but TradingView fills are just freaking dookie. So as we can see, right? This 15-minute didn't close as a swing. 30-minute didn't close as a swing. They did respect their for value gaps. So the hourly is just currently rebalancing the entire previous hour. You have the SMT, we have the 1-minute breaker, so it does fit. But we talked about it before, right? With the whole fact that this could be some trapped order flow, given that we're trading in between 2 high time frame breakers. We're trading in between this 15-minute unicorn and this 15-minute unicorn. So price can sometimes just bounce in between. And like I said, with this being an hourly high SMT with YM, it might want to form its time frame aligned 5-minute bearish breaker, which we don't want because we're already short. But that's something that can happen too. We'll let it do its thing. I'm not risking a red day for this. It's really just whatever. I think it's a little less than what my profit is on the day is what I have on this. So it'll be like, I think I'll be up like $100 on the day on my account. So basically scratch. That's a nice 5-minute rejection or 3-minute rejection, pardon. 5-minute rejection is going to be nice too, right off of this IFEG. See, it's just continued to fall to the downside. Keep this over here. Get all these fucking SMTs. ES has ran its hourly high as well. I did not notice that. Okay, that's a decent 5-minute close. Not amazing, but we're going to keep it very chill. The last thing we want to do is get all antsy. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what Leo would want to do, right? He would wait for us to form a swing inside of the first initial opportunity and then trade the continuation, meaning the closure below here. So a little something like that, closure below, stop loss at this swing high. And then target a 1.5, 2R. Yeah, it all depends on context, right? There. I think personally mine is safer than his because the best invalidation points are at the extremes. Some grief here, though. Definitely getting some grief. Traded into that 15-minute bullish for value gap. We're kind of seeking higher, which is not ideal. So if we go and we confirm this 1 minute here, I'm probably going to close out. Because then I'm just trading. I have immediate criteria against me and I'm not looking to, yeah. Okay. I'm out. Half. Confirmed a 1 minute breaker, 50-minute for value gap SMT right against my trade. Half our loss on that. I'm going to let it go. No, I am not flipping that. No, siree. Oh, not a W. Not a W. But that's kind of, you can reduce your losses. If you're being given info that tells you that you're likely, potentially wrong, or your probabilities have dropped significantly, it's a good sign to get out. Now I wouldn't be shocked to see this run to these highs and then take out my would-be stop loss. So that was what, $200? $200 loss, I think. So we're still up 300 on the day. Great. 300 per account. Now, what would sting is if there's just dumps from here. But if that's the case, then that's totally fine. It's totally fine. I'm not looking to get caught up in lackluster PA where you're getting confirmations on both sides. Because that just confirms the narrative of we just have trapped order flow. We'll see. See if the risk management pays off. Here we go. Looking like we did the right thing. I don't normally like being that fickle, flippant, but market shows you have to listen. It's very easy to get very hard-headed in this market. So there's a would-be stop loss, but right, we were presented with info. That's a really important lesson, right? Not to get too anchored to your bias, right? Talked about the potential, right? The lack of swings on the 15 and 30. That we may want to create a 5-minute breaker if we're going to continue lower in line with the hourly kind of time frame aligned SMT. So what ended up happening is traded into 15-minute bullish for value gap below this low. Created a 1-minute bullish breaker off of that. That's all that I needed to know. Standard deviations look quite clean of that as well. Now we're creating a potential. Where's the 230 opening price? Right there. There's some nice fibs too. Lower highs, is this the same thing until it breaks the high on our left? For what? I'm not sure what you're asking. We create this 1 minute breaker here. This might be interesting again to take. This kind of set up a little better. We've got a 5 minute prepped. We've got a potential swing forming here on the 15, 30. How can I get your indicator? None of them are my indicators. Which one would you like? All the ones that I use, except one, are free. So the New Day Divider by Colorado Hughes is free. ICT Kill Zones and Pivots by Trade for Opportunity is also free. The only one that is, and then there's the Watermark, that's free. The only one that I actually use right now that isn't free is the SMT for time-based sessions. That's a paid one on WAP. Daily fib in the session. High, low. Yeah, so the ones that mark the session highs and lows is the trade for opportunity one, the ICT kill zones and pivots. As for the standard deviations, that's not an indicator. I mark those myself. How often do you take trades on Monday? As often as my model prints. Not so much the day of the week that matters. It's just following my frequency rules in my limits, right? but I give myself a lot more leeway now than I used to because now I can follow my plan quite easily and I don't deviate even if I trade a little bit more. So if the opportunities are present, then I'll capture them if I'm feeling up to it. But if I'm not, then I don't worry about it. I was expecting that answer. Let me ask you like this. Based on your journal, can you give me a number? Nope, I can't. Because I don't track that. I don't care about frequency per days of week. I could go look at my past few months and like tell you how many trades I took on Mondays per average, but like it's not really an important number. It means nothing. Performance wise, maybe. Performance wise matters more, I'd say, than frequency. So if I go to TradeSella, I can tell you what my best and worst performing day of the week is. Pretty sure. Journal. They changed a bunch of their stuff. Best performing day is Wednesdays. I guess of the past 3 months. Worst performing day is Mondays. Tuesday to Friday is all they're all very Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are all very similar win rate wise, all around 50%. Monday's a little lower. But yeah. Your worst day is Friday? I feel like that's a common thing. I'm surprised my worst day isn't Friday too. I think it used to be. It used to be my worst day, but I think I just dialed back my frequency on Fridays and I do a lot better now because I start to look at things from a weekly perspective more often than like a daily perspective, especially on a Friday. But yeah, I think Monday's my most active day and it's also my least profitable. So maybe there's a correlation there. Not like a huge difference in frequency, but yeah, I'm actually in the process of going through all of my trades and finding refinement and like finding little mistakes because I didn't love my stats. They're profitable, but they could definitely be improved upon. Right, that's kind of the goal, right? Is to even if you're doing fine, there's always something to improve on. So I want to go back through all of my trades the past 3 months, the past quarter, and look for consistencies and inconsistencies. Monday definitely sets the range a lot of the time. Wolf, I can agree with that. But yeah, unless Friday sets a C2, yeah. New hourly candle coming up. 2 o'clock has basically a devil's mark on it. ES is trading above its previous 4-hour high, new high of day. YM is about to do the... Actually, no, not really. That close to doing the same. Yeah. About to delete SMT on the AM high. YM. We didn't even get to create any sort of value gap either on the hourly. Inverse the gap on the 15. That's a tiny breaker. Longs just kind of seem, or sorry, shorts, pardon me. Shorts kind of seem unappetizing at the moment. Just keeps on grinding higher. I'm not fucking interested in that. Market is not ideal for the PM. This really gonna be it? To be quite honest, I'm good on it. Like I said, it's just taking way too long. I don't understand why 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock had to go and just completely invert everything and yeah, stay sidelined. This can go without me. Too conflicted. Way too conflicted. Yeah, see, like this is just it's just baiting. When the conditions aren't ripe, it's best to just pick up your ball and bat and go home. Not all trades are created equal. Sorry, NQ, I didn't read your message. I'm stuck in a financial position. I'm working, but I have a wedding coming up in November. My last account has 400 drawdown left. Just needed one payout to get more accounts. Those takes. Yeah, that's that's a hard thing, right? When you start trading from a position of necessity that you need the money, makes it tough, and it can screw with the mental a lot. Try to approach it from a position of abundance, right? Meaning it's good that you're working, so make sure that you have a way of your bills being covered fully, regardless of your trading income. And then that takes a lot of the pressure off of the trading. And you can start to focus more on the process and not any sort of outcome, and not be as affected by a negative outcome, right? This might just run back into the highs, honestly. ES leading. Well, everything's kind of coming off of the highs now. Hmm. Boring, very boring indeed. It's kind of a slow grind higher, hey? Sorry, guys. Not much to do here at the moment. Just kind of watching it creep up towards current PM highs. Don't have a whole heck of a lot to say based off of the current PA. It's more or less. How's things going? Fucking slow, dude. Took a half hour loss on a potential short and then quickly got some info to tell me I'm wrong. And since then I've just been out. I'm not into this PA, to be honest with you. Not at all into it. We retraced into this 15-minute bullish breaker with for value gap here. We've seen a retracement or an expansion off of that. I mean, in life, man. Good. Good. Weekend was good. Went to a wedding. A few too many beverages. Did some yard work. Still on holidays. I go back on Friday. So kind of enjoying the last few days of my vacation, even though it doesn't really feel like a vacation because I'm just working extra in the lab. But things have been good, dude. Summer's here. Can't complain. What about you? Saw you recently jumping out of planes. What else is going on? A great weekend, but then Sunday step member at the DZ. Shit, dude. That is weird. Did you know? Did you know her personally? I assume you did if you're in shock about it. It's pretty heavy, dude. Oh, okay, just kind of an acquaintance. That's still heavy. Yeah, that's tough, man. Shit. You hate to hear stories like that, right? Yo, what's up, Milo? Oh, she left a note and everything. Yeah. Oh, that's so young too, dude. Yeah. Definitely check on your people, especially the ones that seem like they're doing great. Always the ones that are seemingly doing amazing. The ones that are struggling the most. Bray, are you personally a base hits trader? No, not really. I just trade based off structure, right? If base hits are all that it's providing me based off of structure, then yeah, I'll take it. But if I'm allowed more than that, then absolutely I will take more than that. So somewhat discretional in my approach to how much I target. Base hits are good though. There's nothing wrong with base hits. Building consistency is good. Lately, I feel like being base hits is probably the play. Just given current market conditions, I mean, we haven't really been getting anything other than base hits. Yeah, base hits are solid. There's nothing wrong with base hits. I've just gotten past that point, and now I'm willing to hold for longer and try to get a little bit more off the bone. I'm gonna take a little bathroom break, so I'll be right back in like a minute. BRB. All right. We are back. What are we dealing with here? Retracement, honestly. Now, what would be funny is if they took this tiny 1 minute breaker and just dumped it off of that. Shit's funny. That shit's funny. Give some sort of fair value gap entry here. And the gap is this tiny little fella below the 1515 low. Which there it is. Crazy, hey? What if did it meet -2? Not quite. I need a pen. Make a note. What do we reckon? Is this going to just continue higher up into the high of day? Are we going to see a fall out of bed type of situation? still quite close in comparison to like where the daily open is. I've just been inside all day. It's calling that 1 minute break or quick dump. Yeah, honestly, like I never take it, but just figured, wouldn't it be funny if they did it? Very quick dump indeed. Yes, it's falling finally. Not great conditions. I do say so myself. Just about tagged -2 standard deviations of that 1 minute. -2 standard deviations of this new 1 minute breaker takes you right up into the lunch high and high of day. create this 1-minute breaker. I might honestly be interested. Taking a run at lunch highs. We built these lows, take out the -2. Expand higher. I don't know. We'll see. Getting close to the end of the day. This IFUG that could be solid. See what it does. It's a good reaction out of the standard deviation zones here. Let the breaker confirm. Is it kind of closed at it and then gapped above? Not really into that. Gapped above and closed inside. All the more reason to wait. Is this a long or a short bias trade? It'll be a long if we can close above the 1535 high. Being a little bit cumbersome though. Don't do the thing where you just rip right through it though. Don't want that now, do we? All right, we're in. We're going to see what we can get here. See if we can get a quick expansion. At 350. This is a super late trade, but we're in at the breaker. Would like to see a 350 expansion up into lunch high. Should be right over here. And obviously last trade of the day. Want to see us get up and go a little bit. See a little bit of giddy up. I'm going to go for this gap first. This 1 minute gap below. One minute to the market on close. See if we can get blessed. Looking kind of iffy though. Oh my fucking God. Wow. Wow. Okay. All right. That's a wrap on the day. Did I take a lot of slippage on that? I feel like I did. No, I didn't. Let's find out. Let's find out. No, I took two points. 2 points of slippage. That ain't bad at all. I thought I was gonna get slipped a ton on that. That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. It's okay though. Risk managed. So we were basically 1 hour on the day. Now we're like $100 in the red. I'm happy with that. Really happy with that. Despite my performance today was not great. See where this takes us though. That was a pretty heavy reaction out of 350. Pretty heavy. Like immediate too. Hourly swing we're forming off of that. Yep. Yeah, tough one. Real tough one. We're probably gonna have a sell-off into the close. Maybe go towards this PM low. If it gets animated. I could just see us maybe level out at Digi. So to recap, PM session was a lot nicer before 2 o'clock. We had a really nice lunch play to the lows. We had a nice 1 o'clock play to the lows. We were looking for a continuation short. We had some previous hourly high SMT with ES and YM. Got a 1 minute setup. Quickly invalidated, so took a half hour loss on that. And then was looking for a continuation out of this 15-minute gap at 345. Once we confirmed this 1 minute breaker here, 350 came and had other plans for us. Risked lighter than normal on this one because there wasn't a trade that I wanted to risk full on, given the fact that we have had bullish breaker, bearish breaker. We're just playing in between. So that's kind of what happened. Initially, we made our run up into the premium of this 50-minute breaker, and now we are starting to kind of settle back within the range. So yeah, nothing much to do or say with that. I would say market conditions have been a little bit finicky. Can't lie. But lots of week left. Basically break even on the day, which I will happily take. So yeah, I think we're gonna probably call it here. I reckon there's not much else going on in the last 5 minutes. So thanks for tuning in, you guys. Kind of a boring stream, the PMs. I mean, that's just how the PM streams go. So yeah, I will be back tomorrow, I believe. Let me double check that. I'm supposed to cover AM, I believe. Yes. Yeah, I'll be on in the morning time. Juno will start us off and then I will join afterwards. All right. Thank you guys so much for the afternoon session. It was a lot of fun. Sorry, the market is a little bit dog shit. I wasn't able to capture anything great. I missed this 1 minute breaker short, but I mean, honestly, I didn't really miss it. It's just it delivered and I didn't really have the means to take it. So I will catch up with you guys tomorrow morning. Tomorrow will be a better day. All we can do is continue to follow our rules, right? Despite good or bad outcome, there's no such thing. It's just following the process, right? So keep doing that, and I know we will end the longer term windows or time windows ultimately green. So yeah. Okay, I got nothing else to say, I don't think. I feel like I'm forgetting to say something, but I don't think I am. So okay, you guys have a good one. I will speak to you tomorrow. Leo will be streaming the London session. Don't forget to drop a like before you take off. And yeah, we'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.